Hello, welcome back to Health Chat with Jenny Bair of Living Well Dallas and Sarah Ferguson, Mom Extraordinaire. And today we're going to be talking about prayer. And Sarah is a very busy mom, and we have been talking about how do you find a way to bring prayer into your spiritual routine or bring it into day-to-day life, being a busy mom and wife. So how does one do that, Sarah?
Well, I remember right after I had my first child, you and I sat down and you talked to me about finding a space. Because right after I had gotten married, it was difficult for me with the merging of our stuff and our lives to find, okay, before I was living by myself and everything was mine, and so I could sit anywhere and feel comfortable, and now I was merging this, and so it was hard for me to find sort of a sacred space, for lack of a better term. And once I found that and established that...
We have a fire truck going by. Hold just a moment, please.
It's live, people. It's live.
It's live. It's live.
Once I found that and established that, it was easier for me. So for me, it was a location. I needed a location. I needed a space. The other challenge that I think is difficult for moms is... whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a working mom, is that when you are home, you are never off.
Right.
You are always on. So
Exactly.
I could sit in my lovely chair in the corner of my room, but then I could see a laundry pile, or I could see something that needs to be dusted, or something that needs to be put away.
To do.
Right, the next to do. It's never a turn, you never turn that part off. And so that consistently is a challenge, even to this day. But I think first you have to find a spot where... You have to find a spot, and then you have to find a time of day that's going to work.
Right.
And it's going to look different than it did before you had kids, before you got married, wherever that is. And then I also think that, that to me is more of like the devotional type prayer. And then there's just, your everyday life, which I think is a constant prayer. Anne Lamott, who's one of my... Yeah. Anne Lamott, who's one of my favorite authors, talks about, there are two types of prayer. It's help me, help me, help me, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Mm-hmm. And really, I think especially as a new mom, that just sort of sums up your life, because you're constantly either needing help or being thankful. And I think that that's true probably for everyone.
Right.
So there's like the daily prayer that goes on as you think about something or you start worrying about someone. And then there's the, more the devotional prayer of just where you're receiving from God as well as giving.
Oh, I love that you said that, because I feel like sometimes we do sort of a one or the other type prayer. Mm-hmm. Like, help me, help me, help me. Mm-hmm. It's very like, let me receive, let me receive, let me receive. Mm-hmm. And then if you don't sit back and get quiet enough and still enough, then it's hard to hear the message that you're supposed to be receiving, So I think it's really important. Well, oh boy. You're going to have to stop that.